Hi everyone, welcome back. My last two videos about the cafe, people showed a lot of interest, and so today I just want to kind of give a quick update about how I've been doing. But first of all, I want to thank everyone for their comments. I want to thank people that bought coffee from me. I sold 18 bags of coffee across China. I could have sold more to some of you guys overseas, but unfortunately right now I'm having trouble shipping thanks to COVID-19. But hopefully in the future when everything's back to normal, I can send coffee overseas without a problem at an affordable price. But for those of you that have bought it in China, everybody has told me it's really good, so that's great. I'll tell my roaster it's good, and I'm glad for you. I like it too. The last video about the business itself was about a month ago now. Today's May 1st, so my last one was early April. And at that time I was really worried about my business. I wasn't sure if things were going to start getting back to normal, if I was going to make any money or have any customers. Now, obviously, it's still kind of too early to say, but the early results are very encouraging. Over especially the last 2 weeks or so, business has gone up from doing 100 or 200 kwai a day, and now I'm doing at least 1,000 every day, except for one day when it rained all day like a monsoon. Every other day, I'm doing somewhere in the range usually of 1,200 to 1,500, so still not quite to where I was in January, but I'm getting a lot of great comments on Dazhongdianping and on Meituan, and so things are looking better. Recently, almost every dinner, we've had full tables for dinner service. Daytime is still kind of slow, hit or miss. There's not a lot of people going to work still. Again, this is a tourist town, and so there's not a lot of people working really in the daytime. People kind of chill still, because there's no tourists here. There's not a lot of offices here or professional kind of jobs, so not a lot of people ordering coffee or milk tea or really going out much in the daytime. But people still want to go out and have dinner with their friends, so dinner time has been good. Hopefully I can get back to where I was for coffee and milk tea and juice back in January. My best day in January I sold 46 cups of coffee. Now I'm doing maybe like 10 cups of coffee a day, maybe. So I'm not doing a lot of takeout, not doing a lot of delivery, just like a drink. I think that'll come back once people start coming again, once tourists come by, once people are back to work, they might want to quickly order a coffee or quickly order a milk tea. So that'll come back. Mostly it's just dinner right now. But again, comments are great. For the most part, everybody's happy. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I talk to all my customers and they're all quite happy. They say, oh, it's great to have a real burger here. It's great to have a real pizza. Because in this town there's not really authentic Western food. So the people that come have been happy. I've had a lot of repeat customers. You might remember I talked about my staff. I was paying them over the the forced quarantine time when we were closed. So at that time I had 3 staff, and then my last video I told them I'm going to cut their hours, going to have to cut their pay for a while until business picks up, and I offered them the opportunity to start looking for other jobs. So as soon as that happened, maybe 2 days later, my male staff, he told me he was going to go join the army, so he left. Another couple days after that, another girl said that she couldn't really survive with less money, so she was going to start looking for a job. I said, you're welcome to keep working here until you find the job, but she just quit, and then she asked me for a loan, which I didn't give. But eventually she found a job. She actually just told me 2 or 3 days ago she found a job in another cafe, and it's the same salary that I was paying her originally, so that's good for her. And then my other third staff has remained. So since she was the only staff for a while, I told her I'm not going to cut your salary. It's just me and you, right? Just 2 of us. I'm saving 5,000 kwai by losing the other 2 staff. I was still paying her 2,500, and now it's been busy again. Like, as of 2 weeks ago, we started getting busy, right? So I started looking for another employee because it's just the 2 of us couldn't handle it, especially at dinner time when we have 7 tables full of people wanting pizzas and burgers and milk tea and coffee. It's tough. So I hired a new guy. Finally, I found somebody, and he's learning slowly. He's 17, so that's a little worrisome, but he's learning. He's picking it up, and so I have him now. So we have 3 staff, and I told my longest serving staff, the other girl, I told her, you've been here longer and you know how to do everything. I want you to train this guy, and if you can train him up and do everything to standards, then I'm going to start giving you higher salary. You'll be like his manager or the shop manager and be responsible for everybody. And I'm also looking to hire one more person, hopefully part-time, maybe full-time if I need them. But right now, really, like I said, it's only dinner time that's really busy. So I don't really need people here all day, every day. But yeah, I'm going to be back to having 3 staff, I hope, pretty soon, which is great, which means business is picking up. So that's an update on that. So what have I done to try to increase the foot traffic here in my cafe? So I do burgers. The thing I've done is I'm doing sliders, which I put on the menu a while back. Before I said, because I have different flavor hamburgers, before I said you could choose whatever hamburger you want for sliders. So you could choose a specialty burger like a hot pot burger or a mango burger or a pineapple burger. But now if you order 3 sliders, you just get a hamburger, cheeseburger, and bacon cheeseburger. And then if you order a 5 slider set, then you can get 2 specialty burgers like a mango burger or a Thai, tropical pineapple burger or a hot pot burger. So that's one thing I've done. And so people, they maybe want to try the different flavor burgers and they want to try a specialty burger, so they'll opt for the 5 slider meal. And more people are ordering 5 sliders now as opposed to 3. And I've told my staff, sliders don't come with fries. So I've lowered the price of the fries like a little bit. Now it's 14 kwai for a side of fries. I'm selling a lot of sliders right now. And so I say, you're ordering sliders, but it doesn't come with, a side, pushing a few more fries out the door. One thing I've done is I've done some, kind of tried and true methods like daily activities. I'll put them up on the screen. Every day, different promotion. Just that kind of sort of promotion that you might see in a city like Shanghai or a big city around the world. Here, they don't really do that too much, so that's helped a little bit. Obviously, it doesn't help like the revenue per customer because the average cost they're paying is down because I'm doing the promotion. But at least they come and they try my food and they're all satisfied and happy, and hopefully they'll come back. What else have I done? I'm constantly trying to make little changes to the cafe because if you saw the video about the $30,000 cafe investment, there's a lot of stuff that wasn't really completed or not to my satisfaction. So I'm changing things around. I bought some new lights for the tables and some kind of like Christmas lights, twinkly lights to put up above the cafe bar area. So at night I've been turning the lights down and making it more kind of like a pleasant, low-key, chilled out vibe, loungy experience. So that's another thing I've done. Yeah, again, if anybody has suggestions, I've got weekly specials, daily specials. I've got, and I'm trying to push, sliders plus fries as opposed to a hamburger meal. And I'm still working on changing the lightings and the environment. If you have suggestions for lights or anything else to do, please let me know. I'm still going to do the projector where it says Boca Cafe on the wall. I'm going to put a projector there so I can do like movie nights or just have some cool videos playing at night. Right now, my goal is to get back to 2,000 per day revenue. That's where I was in mid-January, just 2 weeks after opening my cafe, 2-3 weeks after opening my cafe, I was at 2,000 per day, and I did that consistently for about 2 weeks before COVID hit, maybe 10 days before COVID hit, and I closed down. So my goal right now is to get back to about 2,000 per day first, and then hopefully move on from there. It'll really help when tourists start coming back to the city, when people start traveling around China more. I can see that helping quite a bit. Just locals will have more money, and tourists will be here. There's a hotel in the Xiaochu, in the neighborhood, in the shopping center. It's right above me. I'm on the 2nd floor. They're on the 20th to 28th floor or something. But they're closed. They've been closed. They have a sign on their door. They're closed until further notice. So, that's hundreds of rooms that are directly above me that are not being occupied by anybody. Fairly certain that in January and in December when I opened, at least some of those customers were coming downstairs and having coffee from here or having, food. Those kind of changes make a big impact on, what I'm able to do. There's no tourists, there's no people, and there's no money coming in for the locals who rely on tourist economy. So right now, I'm consistently hitting 1,200 per day, except for the one day it really rained all day. I would like to start hitting 2,000 per day. That's my next goal. If anybody has suggestions for ways to drive revenue in a cafe, I'm all ears. I'd love to hear it. Again, if this is cool for you, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it, and hopefully I can change some things. I'm going to try to take pictures of a dinner service when it's full in here. Hopefully it will be tonight. I'll try to take some pictures when I'm not busy, so everybody can see, what it's like, the ambiance, the feeling, and just kind of keep making gradual changes. So one other thing, if you saw my video talking about the documentary I was in, and my boss, he's a good businessman, and one thing he always said is, if you just do it first, you can always make changes. But if you don't do it, obviously, you got to make that first step. This was his big thing, was you can always iterate on what you've done. You can always make changes. You can always do different things. Maybe I wasn't satisfied with the renovation or the design, but I can always gradually make changes, and eventually it'll become what I want it to be. So no need to be discouraged, no need to be disappointed, and I can continue to make it better and better and better, and people will want to come back if they enjoy it. So if you want to do a business, if you're worried about starting out, it's going to be perfect or not, it's not going to be perfect, but you can always iterate and you can always make changes. I really appreciate him for teaching me that. I probably could have figured that out myself, but I could see how easily it would be to be discouraged if things weren't going right perfectly the first time. At this point, I'm just day by day trying to make at least one small change, either in the service or the food or the ambiance or the environment. Obviously, at a small place, I don't have a big kitchen. I don't want to change too many things on the menu, make it too difficult or complicated. I just want to have a small menu. But we can do different flavor burgers or different types of pizza. That's easy to change, and it's always a new product, a new change that people can try. And also the environment, everything else. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch, and I would love a subscribe if you could, and if you can't, hey, no harm, no foul. See ya.